We'll open this one today. Let's have a look at the bad packs we got. I swear that no one cares about every time. Right, let's get this. Well, we know at least we know we've got a synchro that we're not going to use. I feel that we're getting a collection here of Fabled, so that's good.
I thought it was that.
Right, we'll go with these. We'll go this. One crate. Yeah, that's half decent. Classic. Ooh, good.
So, I will.
See if you're getting. Yay, Catsif! That's actually one we need. So happy days. We got the Catsif. We got the mandatory nuke. So yeah, happy about that. That was one card I actually really desperately wanted for the deck. So we'll go pack 2. I'm not happy about the Ice Barriers. Mist Valley. Who plays Mist Valley?
Some people might like it.
Well, we've got another Fable, so that's good. Oh, and another Raging, and the high rarity. Deloitte. That's not too bad. Those are kind of cool. At least, like, these two are sort of generic. Ah, another one. That's not too bad. Oh, God, getting all the Fable stuff now. And then lots of Naturia. I'm feeling we're getting close to a Naturia deck now, which is not good.
It's meta though, isn't it? A little bit.
A little bit better. Let's get this open, see what we get. I know I've got an armor on, so at least that's good. So I can use it for, like, you know, hey, the dice of the stuff I actually need. Fabled. That's good. So, one Fabled dice, could be useful. Pack, armory on. Let's do that. Bam. Right, so we got that. Let's go with this first. We're looking for bad Fabled monsters, so we'll go Justice. Synchro's good, even though it's bad, but Synchro's good, baby. It's bad. Oh god. Well, we need that, so that's fine. We need that, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
Wasn't a bad pack, was it?
What?
Wasn't a bad pack.
No, it wasn't a bad pack, considering it's like got a lot of stuff I wanted from it, so. Ooh, Wob's good. That's bad, that's not good, that's bad. Come on, Fabled stuff, come on. Okay, the DM's good. That's not bad. That's not bad. Actually, no, that's terrible. Bad, good. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. I actually do have quite a bit of Fable stuff. I would have preferred a Catsif, but we'll go. We've got quite a cool load of stuff, so I'm not really complaining at all of those for my deck, so that's cool. That's fine. Right, guys, so it's a very early night. Sorry, very early morning, sorry. I've only had a couple of hours sleep. Pretty much like I got home from work. Non-consequential. Went to locals. Open up the second box. You can see it in the previous video, so in the early part of the video. So I'm going to show you the build of Fable Darkwood. It's so good. It's so fun. There's a lot more combos. It's not as linear as like the regular Dark World build is, because like the regular Dark World build is just all kind of like danger related, and I prefer something that's a bit more niche in terms of interaction, just so your opponent doesn't sort of like know what your plays you're going for. The branded part I feel was fine, but trying to get some of the more niche-y bits is really difficult. So it's one of those. It's kind of like the idea and the premise behind the deck is really good, but they don't complement each other as the Fable part does, because you've got Raven that discards to give you your Darkwood effects. It's also a tuner, so it lets you access to synchros, which is really good, and they're not exactly too hard to get build wise, so that's kind of fine. And then we've got the new edition, which is Catsif, which is another kind of like Graph-esque pop, so that's fine. It's also a tuner, which is really good. It allows access to a more smaller synchro range, so you've got easier access now to Raging in the level 6, and then we've also got the level 8 and Leviathan as well, so it's like we have a lot of a toolbox there, which is really good. And then you've got just the fact that like when Raven's destroyed, you can then add back the Raven and the Catsif, and then if you've got like Zimmerman in your graveyard, you can chain block it by going these two chain 1, 2, then like that chain 3. It's just so good. So you've got a lot of like very different effects you can keep blocking with things, which is really good. And then just I'm trying to keep the idea of more of a sustainable engine rather than just cards that keep going, because in a way, from what I've found through playtesting, is the Dark World is good, but it does not have a great. It has a lot of card advantage, but when you get to that card advantage, it doesn't really do anything unless you keep the field spells around. So if they like Lightning Storm you and you have just got a load of Dark Worlds in hand, it doesn't do anything. So having these extra kind of like extenders and playmakers just really does help the deck. That's what I feel like at the moment. So considering the week before we had a very bad run, this current week I left my deck at home, which was really stupid of me, so that was fine because I was rushing around. I ended up playing, I had another deck in my box anyway, so I played that instead, which is kind of a bit bad. I didn't do too bad. I had a lot of complaints because our locals is usually very heavily meta, and then a lot of the meta players decided to go to a winner box tournament. So I kind of had another deck, which is I went down and I ended up playing pure runic, and it was kind of like a lot of people having a lot of hatred towards me at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, with it, I'm playing sealed only, and I'm going down. I've gone down for at least 5-6 weeks straight. Everyone knows my deck build, and I was like, I don't want to go down with a half-built version of what I'm doing now. The new field version, I'd rather wait and then play them with a fuller version, because the surprise factor is going to be there, and I'm probably going to do better. Because the problem was everyone was kind of getting a side point to knowing what to do with my deck. Going in the interaction points, they were knowing the choke points. So it's just getting a bit hard. Sorry, it's just getting a bit hard to kind of like play when like. Then knowing what your deck does a lot more as you're getting like to see it week in, week out. So it's fine. But next week we have the loveliness of sneak peek. So hey, it's all good. So I'm going to do a video on that as well. So I'm going to finish. So this video should be out on like the Monday or the Tuesday, and then I'm going to do another video on the Wednesday, Thursday about sneak peeks. So that's fine. Right. So we'll do this. We'll go to the deck profile. So sorry, I've been ranting for a while. So there isn't going to be like a tournament report this week because of sadness and everything. So I do kind of apologise after we done the openings. Pretty much the week I kind of got the first pack, I couldn't kind of like make locals because like an emergency happened and I had to kind of go deal with it. And the last week I was trying to get everything sorted and I just couldn't get to the shopping time to get the pack, so I couldn't make my deck. It's scattered all over my room, so it's fine. You're gonna have the deck profile in this one. Just sadly, I'm gonna have to like just do a couple of YG Pro matches, just kind of like fill the void. So I'm sorry about that. And this week is sneak peek, so I can't kind of show the deck how it should be in the report for this week. But if you will notice through the profile, through the stuff we got, I will notice through the profile, I think we're gunning for some stuff in the new set. So if we put from the sneak peek, so sneak peek counts towards our sealed only, we should be fine. But that's all. Hopefully the next bit I should get will be a few other bits, so we should get some more content soon. Okay, cool. Right guys, so we're going to probably go do the deck profile now. So for the new build, we've got 3 snow, 3 barrel, 3 Ganta, 2 beige, 2 rainbow, 2 grapher, 2 silver, and 1 cerulean. That kind of counts your Dark World stuff. I feel that's fine for what it is. Okay, for our extra stuff, we're running now 2 Raven, 1 Catsif, 1 Zimalander, and 2 Bigfoot. I feel these kind of work out right. This is really good for your players. You can use combinations of multiple of these to do things, so yeah. These are really good and actually enable a lot of nice little like synergy plays. For our spell cards, we're running your one of really good plus insane card, 3 gates, 3 drag down, sorry, my bad, 2 dealings, and then 1 each of archives, ascension, and puppetry. Just because of like slots, these feel right, because I feel like I clog on these really too much sometimes. For traps, 2 drain and 2 punishment. For the deck, I feel that those cards kind of work really well. For the extra deck, we are running 3 of the big grapher, 1 armoring arm, 1 region, 1 Andrath, 1 Valkyrie, 1 Leviathan. Your Fable cards really are starting to come in clutch now. So I've already gone through these. So with Raging, you make this with any level 4 in Catsif. If you don't have any cards in hand, you can you can draw until you have 2 cards in hand, which is really good. Andrath's effect is that when you summon it, you can draw 2 cards. Your opponent can discard one to negate this effect. But if they send a card from the hand to grave, you can target one monster in the grave, special summon it to your side of it, which is really good. The other effect of Andrath is basically if you draw 2 cards, you discard one, which triggers all your Dark Lord effects, which is really good. Valkyrie is just drop and draw. And Leviathan is if it is destroyed by battle card effect, you get to target up to 3. So up to 3 is key here, because it means it can still add back other cards, including itself. So yeah, always funny, up to 3 fabled monsters. And the last card for this is Flamebow Eucharist, just because it's just piercing. Crooked Cook is a pain in the ass to deal with. This guy's actually becoming more relevant because now it's a level 11. And you can make it with different combinations just to free up zones. One Dweller, it still comes in handy, it's still so good. Wallow's good now, so it's fine. This is more relevant because we are running light targets, so that's cool. Cerberus and Underworld Goddess. So yes, the extra deck has changed quite a bit from using the Albaz engine. I think the Albaz engine was quite a nice short-term solution for my deck, but now it's kind of we're going to try and focus more on a kind of a more centric build. So for next we've got 1 Chihuahua, another Raven, Dark Spirit Banishment because it's still so good, Dark Honest, Magnum and Sovereign because we've got these. We technically have hand traps and they work with Dark Honest, so that's really good. 1 Lava Golem, we pulled this from our recent set, so that is really good. So we do have a spot removal, Harpies, another Ascension, another Puppetry. Both of these I feel have synergy, evenly matched. 2 Ice Dragon's Prison, and 2 Non-Fusionary. This is really good at the moment, just because literally just hitting it under tier is really solid. But this deals with tier, this deals with tier, this deals with tier, these deal with tier. This doesn't really, but this kind of helps with tier. So yeah, a lot of stuff is kind of geared towards our tier matchup. So yeah, probably not the best. Since we are playing Drain, we do have and obviously Lava Golem, we do have natural outs to Flu. So yeah, also for Flu. Dark Spirit is really good because obviously it targets the graveyard and then just forces damage calc, and that way you can kind of bypass some of the things, which is how I beat a what was it? I beat the Mega Riser because it just went straight to damage calc. So that's fun. Fun things. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully see you in the next video. And I do apologise about that. So next week is sneak peek. There's actually lots of goodies that we need for this deck in there, which is really good because we are kind of going more towards chaos, which I am kind of liking a little bit. So Dockle Chaos is kind of a bit of a thing, so we will see how this goes.